call me Mr. Brexit over there, so we'll see what happens. I will tell you, I predicted, I called that. You know, I took such heat, Joe, you wouldn't believe it. But I said, I think it's going to pass because I own Turnberry in Scotland, and I own a lot of other property in UK. And they asked me 2 weeks before when it wasn't fashionable, and I said, no, I think it's going to pass because the people want independence. They're tired of taking in people from other countries that, you know, potentially want to blow them up. And the people of the UK were very, very smart, and it passed, and I thought it would pass. And Obama said if it passes, they're getting to the back of the line, which I actually think helped it pass, if you want to know the truth. But you know, that's the way it is. They wanted independence. I think it was very smart, and I think UK is going to do better because of it, because the whole thing with you know, tying it all up like that. It's been a terrible thing. I needed certain approvals on a job, and I could get them from the country, but I couldn't get them nationally. It was impossible to get anything approved. It was horrible. And the UK wanted independence, and they got it. And you know what? I think they're going to be better off for it, and it's turning out. Now, it's a very short period of time, but it's turning out to be better so far. And they're very happy about it. I'll tell you what, if a vote were taken today, it would do even better. They're very happy about it. And I, as an investor over there, big investor over there, having tremendous properties over there, I like it better.
You made some comments about the president's recent trip to Asia as well, in terms of, I don't know, it not being as maybe well received as the head of the leader of the free world should be. Have any additional comments on that?
Well, when you say well received, they wouldn't even give him a stare to get out of the plane, Joe. That's called not so well received. I mean, the guy couldn't get out of the airplane. This is the first time that the great Air Force One, with its incredible history, has landed where they wouldn't give him stairs to get out of his airplane, okay? It was terrible. He had to get out of the they call it the mechanic stairs. That's the stairs they use to fix the plane, you know, when somebody has to run up and fix a light bulb, right? So this is our president. And by the way, shortly before, they showed other heads of state from other countries coming down on these magnificent stairways with red carpet. He came down on the mechanic stair. And don't forget, when he landed in Cuba, Castro wasn't there to greet him. When he landed in Saudi Arabia, no high officials were there to greet him. Now, the difference between me and him, if I would have landed in Cuba, first of all, I would have made a much better deal than he made, but that's okay. And if somebody top wasn't there to greet, not me, but our nation, because it's really our nation, I would have told the captain, close up the doors, let's go back to Washington. And the same thing with Saudi Arabia. And frankly, the same thing with China. I've never seen anything like it. They were standing there. They would not provide them with a stair, and his people were fighting on the runway with the Chinese officials. You saw that. What a sign of total disrespect. It's like the Iranians running their little boats all around our destroyers and making crude gestures at our sailors. It's like that. And, you know, you say, how does this happen? Or like the Iranians where they captured our 10 sailors, Joe. And they wouldn't have ever given them back unless, you know, the only problem was the money started pouring in, so they had to give them back because they wanted the $150 billion, which payments started 2 days after that. So obviously they gave them back only for that reason. If it weren't for that, they would have kept them, they'd still be there. So there's a great lack of respect. But what I saw in China where they wouldn't provide stairs coming out of Air Force One, they wouldn't do it. It was, to me, incredible.
Mr. Trump, you're known as a great negotiator with the art of the deal. You've mentioned yourself that you would negotiate better terms in a lot of these deals. I wonder what you would do about North Korea, because after this latest nuclear bomb that they've set off, the latest I read this morning was that the North Koreans are saying that this is laughable, the idea of additional sanctions. How would you get a better deal when you're potentially dealing with a madman?
Well, we're dealing with a man who is got some difficulties. There's no question about it. But I will say this. Look, China has tremendous power over North Korea, tremendous power. And also, Iran is one of their biggest trading partners. Now, when we made this horrible Iran deal, one of the most incompetent deals I've ever seen, They should have put in things like you got to stop fighting in Yemen, you have to help us with North Korea, because they're one of the biggest trading partners. Iran actually has a certain degree of power over North Korea. But the one who really has power, who can cut them off completely, is China. Now, China doesn't like to say that they have power because, you know, they want to tweak the United States. Look what China's doing. They're building in the South China Sea a massive military fortress. Now, we have a lot of power over China because they suck us dry. They take out, and I like the Chinese. Look, I have the biggest bank in the world as my tenant and all of the different things. I mean, I have great relationships with China. And they know what I say is true. In fact, this tenant just renewed their lease. I couldn't believe it. Actually, I figured, you know, they'd never, you know, why would they renew their lease with me, right? But they just renewed their lease. They obviously like the building. But, you know, we have tremendous power over China because they suck so much money out of the United States. We should get China to fix that problem. We should use our economic power, because without us, China would be in serious trouble. They take tremendous amounts of dollars out of the United States. Without us, China would be in tremendous problem, and we should be able to do that. But we don't have leadership. We don't have the people that can get them to do that. And when you ask the Chinese, oh, well, we don't want to get involved, okay? They don't want to get involved. Well, in the meantime, this guy is developing the real deal. You know, 2 years ago they were saying, oh, he couldn't lift off the rocket ships. Well, now they're the real deal, and it's getting better and better all the time. And he's, I think, being helped by Iran, okay? I think they're being helped by Iran. But you look at their technology, and it's getting better all the time. And something damn well better be done fairly soon, because once he's set, you know, as you say, he may be or he may not be a madman, but he's got evil intentions. There's no question about it.
You know, when you refer to China, they are sucking a lot out of us in terms of the economy, but they also own, I believe, the largest percentage of our debt. So they have a big chit with us as well, something like $1.2 trillion.
Well, it's all the more power we have over them, okay? We have more power. Because of that, we have more power over them. You do understand that, right, Becky?
Because of the idea that if you owe the bank $100, they owe you if you owe them.
Look, we owe China $2 trillion, okay?
Yeah.
$2 trillion. I mean, hard to believe, but that's what it is. Think of it. They suck the blood out of us, and we owe them money. That's a hard one to do. They're magicians. Right? They take our money out, and we owe them money on top of it. Right. So I call them great magicians.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.